Welcome to the fourth video in the series. If you have been following along and this is the fourth video that you've watched, congratulations, you're a trooper. If you're just catching this video based on the title, then this is also for you. This is going to be the Betaflight configuration for the Tempest flight controller. I have the SBus connected on UART2 and we have the telemetry on UART3. I have already bound the receiver to the to my radio, so if you don't know how to do that, there's tons of videos on that. So this is basically what you would get from a fresh start. So I'm gonna connect. We're gonna go to the ports. I'm going to set UART2 to serial, and at this point I'm going to go ahead and save and reboot. Now I'm going to go to the configuration. I'm going to come down, I'm going to set the receiver mode to RX serial and the serial receiver provider to SBus. I'm going to go ahead and save and reboot again. Okay, now once it gets back in, we're going to go over here and make sure that those settings stuck, and they did. So now I'm going to go back to ports. I'm going to set UART3, the telemetry, to smart port. I'm going to go ahead and save and reboot again. If we check the configuration, come down, and it didn't turn it on, so here we're going to turn on telemetry, and while we're here we're going to go ahead and turn on the LED strip, and I like the permanently enable air mode, so I'm going to turn that on. Let's save and reboot one more time. Okay, so now let's go to configuration. Everything is set. So now we can go to the receiver tab and can check my okay. So I move my throttle and the roll bar moves. So what we have to do is go over to the channel mapping. I'm going to set that to the JR spectrum, which sets it in TAER 1234 mode. I'm going to go ahead and save that. Now when I check my radio, throttle works, yaw works, pitch works, roll works. I have some fine tuning to set my endpoints and my midpoints, but now I know my receiver's working properly. Now I have a couple of modes, I have a couple of channels set up on my receiver, and again, if you don't know how to do that, you can look that up. That's pretty easy to do. I'll check my receiver and see which one my switch is on. So that's on aux 1. So I'm going to set aux 1 here. If I arm it, my bar goes over, so I'm going to slide that yellow bar over to go within the arm range. So now when I flip the switch, the yellow bar, the yellow indicator moves within that range. And then I'm going to go down, and I have my beeper set up on another switch for aux 2. And so when I click that, you can see it moves to the far right. So I'm going to expand that range so that when I flip my momentary switch, the peg falls within that range. I'm going to save. Okay, and last setup is my LED strips. You can see I don't have any setup here. If you remember from the last video, I have a LED beeper combo, and it has 6 LEDs on it. So I'm going to go into wire ordering mode. Just go somewhere here in the middle, and go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0 to 5 is actually 6. I'm going to turn that off. And I will highlight those. Choose color. Set them to red. And save. At this point it should be all set up. Alright, I just moved the camera up to get a better angle, so we just set up in Betaflight all of the beeper, the LED, the receiver, air mode, arm switch, SBus telemetry, and I'm going to plug it in now and show you that everything is functioning. So we're going to plug in. You can now see the red LEDs that we set up. My receiver is giving me a voltage.
16.7 volts.
Okay. The arm switch, I have it set up here on aux 1.
Ship is about to derail.
That's working. And then my beeper, the beeper set on my momentary switch is working there. So everything is working just like we want. Now
16.7 volts.
we can set up, we can go into back into Betaflight and tweak the settings and stuff if you want, or change the LED colors if you want, but that's it. She's ready to go maiden.